That was the speaker. If you...
Well, that's what Sandy's saying.
Why does the speaker sound like a wet fart?
I'm kind of worried that she's looking a bit flushed.
I'm blushing because literally I'm like, be quiet. Speaker. I am so embarrassed. I'm going to move my phone away.
Thank you, because it's really annoying.
Okay. So we had an experience where we started this and there was no volume. So I'm just going to double freaking check that y'all can hear us. Let's see. Oh, yay! We're live!
Live and nobody's watching.
Okay, so.
Look, you're watching yourself and it still doesn't say anyone's watching.
True. I don't trust this platform. Okay, so hello to our Twitch viewers. Hello to our Periscope viewers. Hello to our YouTube viewers and our Facebook friends. We're going to open up the comment section now because you are able to post comments and we can respond to them. So we did about 5 minutes of the show already with no sound.
8.5.
8.5 minutes without sound.
8 minutes and 32 seconds.
But the thing is, we had fun.
I was talking a lot more than I usually do.
It's how it goes.
And then you interrupted me by saying that there's no microphone.
I was like, no one can hear us. But we looked great. Like, we looked really good. Okay. Okay, so if you're watching this, there's 2 of you. 4 sets of eyes are watching while you're on the toilet.
2 sets of eyes. 4 individual eyes.
4 eyes. What? I'm being ableist. What if they are not? What if they're only in possession of an eye?
It's still an eye. Look, one ran away.
One's left. We only have 1 viewer.
So mean.
Let me know who you are, 1 viewer. We appreciate you.
Viewer number 1.
You are viewer number 1. You are first. So comment first. And then we'll be able to put your name up on the screen and say hello. Thank you, viewer number 1.
Number 2's back.
There's a number 2 back.
Oh.
Now you're in trouble, number 1. You better hurry up and comment because people are going to miss out seeing your name in lights. This is your moment. So we're here to talk about My Moovers.
Yeah. Or My Not So Moved.
My Not Moving.
They did not move me.
They didn't move a thing. They did not touch an item in our house. So, okay. So
I've got
to remember
everything out.
Yes, they did look at everything.
So we'll start from the start.
Let's start at the very beginning. Okay.
So we knew what date we wanted to move. The place was available at a certain date. 3 months in advance, we decided to get some quotes.
Which we duly did.
Yes. Some were very expensive, some not so much. So we went with the cheap one.
Yes, we did.
I went
cheap.
with the
so
cheap
we went
one.
with the cheapest quote. But
I did look at reviews.
You did.
And they were good. Like the ones I saw, obviously the bad ones had been taken down.
I think they wrote the good ones.
And did they just get bumped up over the top of the bad ones?
And I reckon they're like, Mum, please write something nice about the removal company because everyone hates us.
Yeah.
So,
So we had everything packed apart from obviously our bedding and small items like that. Woke up at 5:30 a.m. to pack the last little bits. Truck due to arrive at 10.
We were tired already, yo. By 10 o'clock, it had been a full working day.
Absolutely.
First mistake, rookie mistake.
So 9:30, we've got the door wide open because, we're moving. And 2 blokes turn up at the door. They're like, hi, we're from My Moovers. We have an issue. I'm like, oh.
And I'm like totally overwhelmed. Jazz is stepping in. She's leading. She's dealing with these strange men and their manly smells in her house. They were manly men.
They were sweating. They don't know what deodorant is. So they're like, can you come out? And I'm like, oh, okay, I'll go out, as you do with 2 strange men.
Oh, really?
As you do. Well, you weren't saving me, so yeah. And they're like, we can't get our truck in your driveway. How do you think we should get it in? I'm like, drive up the neighbor's driveway and reverse in.
Yeah.
They're like, no, my truck's too big for that. I said, says you. I'm like, well, how big is your truck? So they point down the bottom of the crescent, and this truck is massive. Like,
I still don't know any of this. I'm sitting on the couch, so excited, ready to go. Oh my God, I don't have to lift a thing.
It's 35 cubic meters. So it's a large truck.
It's like the size of a house. Like literally we realized the truck was as wide as our road. Like there was no way they could even drive around our crescent because the corners and turns are narrower than the truck and shorter than the truck. So they had approved this whole thing without ever doing any sort of Google Maps, nothing. They knew nothing about our landscape, nothing. And they pretty much just said, sorry, we can't help you.
Yeah.
We had no other backup plan. This was it.
They're like, we'll see if we can get a smaller truck. I said, okay, cool, not a problem. So they're on the phone, la, 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 la. Hour and a half later.
Which we still don't know. It took forever.
Yeah.
Like forever.
An hour and a half later, Cindy's like, so what's happening? So I fill her in, and I'm like, well, look, I've got to go to Bunnings, pick up a mount for the dryer, because that's what you do. Can you sort them out or just answer their questions, really? So I'm driving to Bunnings, and I get a call from My Moovers going, hi, the truck can't get into your driveway. I'm like, yeah, I'm well aware of this. They're like, do you have any ideas of how it can? I'm like, well, they can drive up the neighbors and reverse in. He's like, well, are you able to tell the guys that? I'm like, well, I'm currently driving my car, but I could get my partner to. Yeah, so he's like, okay, thanks. I'm like, cool, not a problem. So of course then he's like, Sandy, hey, Tom, can you just go out and like talk to the blokes and tell them this? Sandy calls me back. And it's like, yeah, they're not going to be able to do it. I'm like, okay, cool. And so he's like, so they think they might be able to do it on Monday. I'm like, yeah, this is not going to work.
They were pretty much just sort of bullshitting at that point and saying, you know, oh, maybe we can bring tomorrow, maybe we can bring someone on Monday. And Jazz and I are like, no, like we've told our kids we're leaving home, we're going into the new house. Like I was saying earlier, it was our first sort of rental together. Like we're both, you know, like signing the lease. We're so excited. We want to move in. The kids are excited for a new life. We're going to pick up the cat. Like moving in, it's exciting. And suddenly to just be told, sorry, we know you've packed up everything, including your bed, but you're going to have to stay in this house another 4 days or whatever.
Yeah.
We've got no food. The kitchen's packed. Like everything's unplugged. Everything's done. Fridge is taped up, everything. So I then at that moment realized that my car is leaking from was it the radiator that was leaking?
No, it was oil.
The coolant was leaking.
That died beforehand. It was the oil was leaking out of the car.
So my car's gushing liquid in the driveway. While all this is happening, Jazz has now come back. Jazz is overwhelmed. I'm overwhelmed. We're already tired. I then have to take my car to Express Lube, knowing that at any point my car could literally like blow. The engine could blow. I'm driving super slow. I'm so nervous, so stressed financially. Like we're going, oh my God, we've paid these movers now. What are they going to do? They're letting us down. How are we going to do this? Like, you know, my mind is just going. And meanwhile, Jazz's brain clicked into gear and she's like, all right, I'm going to sort this out. Phoned Gosford Rent-A-Truck.
Yeah.
Managed to find like the last truck available on the Friday.
Yeah.
But we could only fetch that later in the afternoon.
Yeah. They're like, oh, we just need it back by 7 a.m. I'm like, yeah, no problem. We'll
have it back by
2 trips. It's fine. You know, we'll have it back. Yeah. By midnight, 10 p.m. even, you know.
How innocent we were.
And he's like, all right. And so I rang Sandy. I'm like, look, we've got a truck. Like, we have a truck.
Jazz was fucking hyped,
This is awesome. Guys. We're going to drive a truck. We're going to move this house. We're going to do it ourselves.
She was bouncing up and
down. I was literally pacing. Like,
so excited.
Pacing. And then, like, I had the most amount of energy after lying down on the ground, speaking to My Moovers, going, yeah, Monday's not going to work. I've got today off. We need to do it today.
It was almost as if you thought the truck was going to
move. Oh, yeah. To yay, we're moving and let's pack a truck and we only need 2 loads and it's gonna be fine.
Meanwhile, I've moved house a lot of times and I've done the heavy lifting with my husband at the time. I know what's coming. So I'm just like going, oh no, I know. And it's going to be so sore. Like we're going to hurt so bad. And my arm was dislocated already. So I've got Ehlers-Danlos syndrome. So my lower right arm from the elbow to the wrist, this bone was already out. Like I had all sorts of straps and I'm like, how am I going to lift furniture with a dislocated forearm? And then my pelvis is dropped as well. And my knee, my patella rotated. And I'm going, I am broken. How am I going to lift anything? And then Jazz is such a hero. She's like, you don't worry, babe. I'm going to carry everything. And I'm like, you're going to get broken. Like, you need to know. Like, you're just, and she's going, we're going to get a truck. We're going to take the car. And
then Cindy's like, does it come with a trolley? I'm like, it says there's trolleys to hire. So I rang the dude back and said, look, do you have a trolley? He's going, I'm looking at one now. I'll chuck it in the back of the truck for free because you're not having a full day of the truck use. So I'm like, all right, so we're like, not a problem.
Yes, trolley.
We can do this. And then Cindy's like, well, I need a trolley too. So we're like, well, stop at Bunnings and buy another trolley.
Get a trolley. Like we're running out of hours in this day now. It's like literally like 4 or 5 hours after they were supposed to start packing the truck. And we're like,
so we pick up the truck. And halfway home, like halfway back to the departure point. So the ex-rental, we get a call. Yeah, I forgot to put the trolley in the trucks. We turn back around. It was an
hour's U-turn.
Because there was already stuff in my car, so I couldn't exactly put a trolley in my car.
Now I've got a U-turn a truck, like a full-on big removal van. So I was just like,
you use the roundabout nicely though. So we drive back. We get the trolley. We arrive at about 2:30 to start doing our first pack.
And we have until 7 a.m.
And I said, look, Sandy, we need to sit the children down. I need to tell them something. She's like, okay. So sit the children down. I'm like, all right, guys. So we're going to move house. I'm going to get frustrated. It's 35 degrees. I'm going to swear. I'm going to cry. It's not your fault. Please don't get offended. They're like, okay.
Mom's going to be freaked out. Mom's got a dislocated arm. I've got a dropped pelvis and a rotated patella. So I'm a fuck up. I'm going to try and support you guys. I'm like, you have noodles. You have juice. You have snacks. We've got a bag of things you can eat.
Sandwiches.
You need to just fend for yourselves over the next few days because we're moving house. Mama's moving house. Like, those kids were amazing, though. Yeah. They just stepped up. They carried stuff. They supported us emotionally. I was really proud. They were amazing. So, So we then start packing the truck. First thing was just getting the truck into the driveway. As I said, that driveway is like a Leviathan jaw. It is full of rocks. It's skew. It doesn't line up with the road. The road's like this. The driveway's like that.
The first time you did it perfectly. You just got in the driveway perfectly. And then we're like putting the lift, the hydraulic lift down.
Angle.
The controller wouldn't work, but it was still fun. And it was on an angle. It was horrible.
Hurt my back walking up and down. Oh my God.
But it was horrible. Yeah. So we took 4 hours to load the first load into the truck.
And we were sore. Like it's funny. I was saying to Jazz, I kept saying to her, we're going to give birth. Okay. This is how we're mentally going to do this. We are having a baby. The baby is this finished day's worth of moving. 7 a.m. when we drop off the truck, the baby's born. We've got to mentally get through this because I knew what was coming. She did not. She was so innocently going, yay, the truck's going to move everything. And then there was like a hydraulic. I'm like, how are we getting the heavy, like massive chests of drawers and stuff? And she goes, there's a hydraulic lift. I'm like, but how are they getting from the house to the lift and then from the lift to, and it was like just,
so it was pretty much, I said, you stay in the back of the truck.
Yeah.
I'll move everything to lift.
You were amazing.
We'll lift it up.
Seriously amazing.
You move everything into the truck. It worked really well.
Yeah.
Like really, really,
but we had
really
to
well.
like breathe like Lamar's breathing. Like literally it was like having a baby.
And the biggest game of Tetris in my life.
Massive. Yeah. And it's so slow packing the truck.
Yeah.
We realized after taking the first load how quick it is to unpack.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's not even a gravity thing.
It was And I don't know why, but it was easier to lift something with the hydraulic lift up, lift it, and carry it to where it had to go. So it was like probably 2 hours to unload versus 5 hours to load. So then we're like, all right, kids, it's like 1 a.m.
Go to bed.
You guys go to bed.
Yeah, we had one bed set up.
Yeah, we had the one bed set up.
Yeah,
like,
bed.
Guys, just share a bed. Put a pillow between you if you have to. Just sleep.
Just go to sleep. There's curtains up. You've had food.
Yeah.
Just sleep.
And make sure your phone's charged.
And we knew
Yeah.
because we were ready for bed. Yeah? We had been up since 5. It was now like maybe midnight/1 a.m. And we're like, all right, we got to go back.
So we went back 2 a.m. We arrived there. And we're like,
driveway.
Just be really, really quiet because like you don't want to wake neighbors whilst you're loading a truck at 2 a.m. in the morning.
And so it's the one that goes beep. When it's reversing with like massive UFO lights. I'm like, if they didn't know the gays were moving, they know now.
So it took us, we did good. It was only about 2.5 hours to load.
I wasn't counting. I was just in some sort of euphoric pain state.
So 2.5 hours because we did the big bulky things like the fridge and all that jazz. So we loaded it up again and then drove back, unloaded it.
Blessed neighbors. They were so kind.
Nice. So it's like 4 a.m.
Let us make a big noise.
Yeah, 4 a.m. we arrived to unload a truck. We have to get it back to Gosford, 45 minutes away, by 7. And we're like, okay, let's just shove it where we've got to shove it. We did really good. We dropped off the truck at about 6:30.
Yeah, we got there early.
6:30.
We both were in tears. We stopped at the petrol station, put some diesel in. We got pies and drinks, and between the two of us, we were almost like tag team crying.
We were on the phone to each other, so we're not falling asleep at the wheel.
That was pretty good. Like I feel like I would have just passed out. Like every time I went quiet, Jazz would just go, "You there, babe?" And then if she went quiet, I'm like, "You okay? Like, let's sing, let's talk." Like we told stories, and the amount of communicating that weekend.
We've never communicated so much in our lives together anyway.
That move kind of made our relationship next level. Like it took us from, just already a strong couple to just, we went through the jaws of death together. That was so hard. That whole weekend was so challenging. So then we just sort of did back and forths over the weekend, and on the Monday we did it all. But
it was so funny because when we dropped off the truck, I said to the dude, "Do you have a truck on Monday?" He's like, "Yeah, I didn't think it would only take you 2 loads." I'm like, "Yeah, shut up."
So how many loads was it in total? I think
4
loads in total. One thing we noticed though, which was very interesting, from the Friday whole day, 27 hours we were awake, was physically really, really hard, like really hard. And then over the weekend, we moved other furniture into its place in the house and then started unpacking boxes. So we walked like 12,000 to 14,000 steps per day over that weekend. It was intense. Like we normally don't walk that far because we work from home or work in the office, unless you're getting out and going for a run. I think you don't cover a lot of ground.
Friday it was like 17,000
steps.
It was something ridiculous.
Mental. But on the Monday when we went back and we got the truck again and we started doing another 2 loads, we kind of got into the groove. Like we actually felt ourselves. We were like, fuck yeah.
I was lifting.
We were deadlifting.
Like it was nothing.
Tumble dryers.
Yeah,
like it didn't weigh anything.
Like it wasn't the washing machine.
You just lifted the washing machine like a baby and just walked off with it. I was like, okay.
Yeah, the thing that's got cement at the bottom of it so it doesn't spin out of control.
Our bodies became so strong so quickly. And muscle development, like I was saying to Jazz, our body shapes have changed. We have a different silhouette. Like there's curves where there weren't and muscles where there weren't. Like it's incredible how quickly the human body adapts.
Yeah.
But I was very proud of us. We managed to do everything ourselves. We've been in the new house a month now, and on average it's 180 days to unpack a house on average, and that is across the entire United States of America. We have completely unpacked. I think we got 4 little boxes,
boxes.
but those are not really full boxes anyway.
No.
It's just little
It's
things.
just things that we're like, oh, do we actually need this?
Yeah,
Or,
so it's kind of like we're going Goodwill, garage sale.
pretty much, we've been here a month. We haven't used it. We've got to
Yeah.
figure out what we're doing with it.
So in 1 month, we have set up home completely. Like walking around, the place looks finished. You know, every room is looking beautiful. And
3 bedrooms, 2 offices, a studio, like,
yeah, we've got an arts and
space.
music studio, community space, your office, my office, 3 bedrooms, swimming pool, entertainment area, front entertainment area, vegetable garden. Yeah, we've done a lot in a month.
Yeah.
Angry lesbians, man, don't piss us off by not doing the removal that you promised, because then we're just gonna fucking set up home in a month.
They did give me my deposit back, which was good, because if not, it would have been bad.
Good on ya, My Moovers.
Yeah, it's the only good thing you did. Like, seriously.
My cruises.
Yeah, cruising for a bruising.
Cruising.
But yeah, possibly we should watch TV more often, because 2 days before we were due to move, they were actually on a current affair.
And I'd like to watch that with you now, Jazz. Is that okay?
Yeah.
All right. So join us, ladies and germs.
If you need to move house, remember the name My Moovers and run a mile. The removalists are accused of breaking expensive furniture and holding family heirlooms hostage. And that's if they even bother turning up. Instead of refunds, customers say their calls are blocked. So they contacted us.
They simply have stolen a truckload of goods that belong to myself and my family.
Moving day, one of the most stressful things you can do. Throw in some rogue removalists and you could say it's a miracle this lot is still in business.
We're from a current affair. AJ, hello. We would just like to have a very quick chat to you, AJ, about your business here.
They were dropping things on the floor. They were argumentative. They were rude.
Damn.
There's certainly a truckload of complaints from around the country.
I can tell you right now, I would never deal with these people again.
They lie to customers and they block you if you have a complaint.
From smashed furniture to missing keepsakes and damaged homes.
I can't believe in Australia that companies like this can remain in business.
And what they're accused of doing to Damien Wilson is beyond belief.
They turned up with a truck that we were a bit surprised.
I'd love to know what that bit surprise was. I think they're going to say what we experienced.
Yeah, bit surprised it was a huge truck.
Or a small truck, or no truck, or a ute. So, yeah, we should have watched TV.
But the thing is that we dodged a bullet. Even if they hadn't given us our deposit back, it would have only been $100 let
I feel like we
none
did.
of our stuff broke.
Well, I feel like we did. When you hear the story, so we actually ended up seeing the full current affair thing, and we were going, oh my God. I look, I'm going to say it, all right, because I'm an October baby. I'm a Libra, I'm fair. I hope that they fix their issues. I really do hope My Moovers fixes their issues. My Moovers, we forgive you, okay? You gave us a absolutely unique experience of being our own removal company. And we named our removal company.
We did. We named our removal company. What was
Lesbian Moving.
Lesbian Moving. So with our removalist company that we're going to set up in all our spare time.
In my old age.
Sandy will be the truck driver.
Fuck yes, I love that.
I will be the receptionist. And we're going to hire some young,
good-looking,
strong.
Sorry, guys, it's so
lesbians
shallow. So shallow
to actually move the furniture, because I'm not doing it. We're staying here for the rest of our lives.
So before we go,
there is an oral examination. Just put it out there.
Dude. So
just put it out there.
It's always the sweet ones, eh? Naughty. I had to deal with something unexpected. Yeah, I felt like driving that truck. I'm gonna get emotional. Look, she's laughing already. I felt that driving that truck was the pinnacle of my driving experience. I was so in love with the truck that I started like saying to Jazz, can I get one? But we're broke.
Yeah.
And Jazz was like, I don't know. And I'm like, you don't understand. I'm in love. I love this whole thing. I was saying to Jazz, I'm like, I could retire buy a truck, and that's what I do. I'm this old, fat lesbian woman that lets you use her truck.
And you just drive.
I just arrive, you chuck your shit in the back, and I drive off with it.
It's not sus at all.
I don't feel
Definitely
it.
nothing
Honestly, I could have driven that
trafficking,
thing
anything.
for the rest of my life. Happily just hydraulic lifting shit all the time. I was in my element.
We did think of our moving company because as we start off, we won't have money to buy a truck, that we just hire a truck. And yeah, that's what was going to happen.
Well, the thing is, yeah, we picked up muscle strength so fast. Like, we're both strong chicks. Like, we're strong. We were like, on that last day, that last trip, we were unloading the last few things. And you were looking at me like, I feel fucking amazing. And I was like, I feel really good. Like, really good.
We're chucking 3-seater couches in the back on top of things. It was
That
like,
was a moment I'll always cherish.
yeah, literal.
I literally, Jazz had brought
I
this
mean-
3-seater. I picked it up over my head and I just went, I can do this. And I threw the 3-seater couch, which weighed more than me, in the air onto a pile of stuff in the back of the truck.
But I must admit, we must have been a bit delirious because
Oh,
we
we were
did
high.
think we could lift a piano.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
We had that whole adventure.
Yeah.
Okay, quickly.
No, because we've
Quick,
said it
no,
in another
quick.
one.
So must we tell you what
No.
happened to us with the piano
That'll
and the
be another
truck?
day.
We'll do that next week.
Yeah.
It's insane.
Yeah.
We did things with that truck you shouldn't have done.
I didn't.
Driving up mountains and things.
Oh, yes. The mountains that say no truck access.
Yeah. It was fucking awesome.
Yeah.
And it was like 9 at night and we
Yeah.
didn't know what we were doing.
Yeah. But we survived, clearly. And the truck was unscathed.
And there was something with the piano, but that's another story.
Yeah.
That's actually a really friggin' awesome story. So let's tell that story next week.
Yeah, next week.
All right, everybody. We're coming up to half an hour. So thank you so much for hanging out with us and listening to our random ramblings.
Yeah.
We enjoyed moving house. I feel really proud. Like, it's something I'm proud of
that
in my
we're not
life.
doing it for another 20 years.
Where's Jesus?
And then it'll be into our over 55s lifestyle resort. You'll be well and truly over 55.
I'll
by
be
then.
done and I'll own a truck. Okay, everybody. Have a good night.
Bye.
Love you.